YouTubers. Well, in this video I am going to be doing some service work on the old Massey Ferguson 1135 here. Been a while since I've had this old girl on the channel, so last time you see me doing work on this was I think when I had the hydraulic pump out of it a couple summers ago here, and did a reseal or refurbish on the pump there. Got that hydraulic leak that it had there fixed up, and it's been going strong ever since. We're into another haying season. I haven't showed much of anything. I guess I'll be showing some of that here coming up shortly. But anyways, what I'm going to be talking about here today is, or showing what I'm going to be doing is greasing the rear axle outer bearings on the, well, the outer outboard axle shaft bearings or hub bearings. Yes, there is a service point on these that are supposed to be done. Most people overlook them and do not do them on these tractors. Along with, these have a greasable release bearing on your clutch underneath inside of a trapdoor that I'm going to take off, and we'll get right at it here. Now, it's not a secret. These things are part of the service procedure that's supposed to be done in these tractors, but most people do not know or overlook it or can't be bothered. Now, what I'm talking about here is on your rear differential planetary of the tractor, on your outboard axle. Underneath, right over here, there is a grease zerk right here. And right up over here. Now, these actually have an inner seal inside over here, and the oil does not go all the way to the outside, contrary to what people would think, that that's lubricated. This outer bearing here has a dust seal on the outside, not an oil seal. Now, somebody will argue with me about that. One guy was arguing up and down with me, saying that grease zerk is only there to lubricate and push any dirt or crud out from the outer dust seal. Well, they wouldn't have an inner seal if they had an outer seal. So otherwise the oil can't get from the differential to lubricate this outside bearing. Your inside bearing is inside the oil bath, so that's fine. Trickle of oil comes out of a tube or a pipe inside of the differential here that keeps everything lubricated anyways. So this is an outboard bearing, and they, like I say, often get overlooked. But I'm going to go ahead and set up the camera here, and I'll show, or try to show, me greasing this thing. It's just a simple procedure, of course. A regular grease gun, nothing fancy. Just a good old Lincoln lever grease gun, not a fancy electric Milwaukee or Makita or DeWalt or electric Lincoln, just a good old hand pump. Now, you don't have to give them a whole lot. I'm going to give it 3 pumps, that's it. Don't want to overdo it. Now, you're supposed to do them, I think, every 50 hours or something like that, according to service procedure. I do them a couple times a summer. Basically, at the beginning of the season, I just got started on haying here not long ago. I'll go ahead and do it now, and then somewheres later on in the summer, I'll come back and give it another 2 or 3 pumps again. I do it a couple times, like I say, every summer. Make sure that that bearing stays greased. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side here off camera, and then I'll come back and show me doing the release bearing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and climb underneath this beast, and I'll show you where the trapdoor is here. It's up underneath here, up under the transmission here. This is your engine oil pan, or the tail end of it right over here. Your bell housing right here, and of course right in here in the back part of the bell housing here, there's a access trapdoor here. There's 4 15/16 bolts, or 15/16 headed bolts anyways. Last time I'll go ahead and use I already broke one loose with my short handle ratchet, but they're a little bit too snug for. I'll just use a long handle breaker bar. I guess I had torqued them down pretty good the last time. Probably too much, I guess. Turn myself around. There we go. There. Go ahead and swap out for my short-handled luckily the threads on here aren't nothing is damaged, everything rolls out. I'm just getting everything backed out. Of course, I didn't bring a rag. Flies are bad today because it's cloudy, humid, threatening rain. It's been doing that for days now, off and on, every other day, every night. We get a shower. Gets the bugs crazy, keeps them crazy. Flies like to bite. There we go. Plate is out. Went and got a flashlight and a shop rag to make things a little bit easier here, so you can at least you and I can see what we're doing here. So, anyways, I can hold this and point at the same time. There is your grease zerk, right there. This I only grease once a season, just again, just a couple of pumps, not a whole lot. You don't want to overdo it because it's going to get into your clutch and make a friggin' mess and start slipping and, well, bugger up the linings on your clutch. So, anyways, that's all there is to it. So, not a big deal. Like I say, just a cheap old lever grease gun. We're going to have to get in here a little bit better. In order to do that, we need to wipe up all the oil residue here. Yes, old tractors leak oil, unfortunately. They're not new. This tractor is already, I think officially next year, 50 years old. So, it has done very well for its age and for the amount of overall hours that I've got on this thing. Now, I could use a longer hose on my grease gun, get up in here. There we go, plugged in, and I will shine, hopefully, while I'm pumping, so that I'm not wasting grease and shooting all over, because sometimes you don't always get them locked on perfect. We're going to go ahead and give it 3 because this one actually I did not do last season, so shame on me. But yes, that is your service procedure for that, just like so. And that is now complete and done. And I'm just wiping up a little bit of residual grease. Just like that, we're done. Well, anyways, that's all there's to it. You have to service these old tractors just like any other one. That's all part of it. So, anyways, just like to say thanks everybody for stopping by and checking out another one of my videos. Don't forget to leave the old thumbs up, a like, and subscribe while you're at it. It's greatly appreciated. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this buttoned up, and we'll see you folks all on the next one.